Welcome to my channel. I am Jimmy. Welcome to Jimmy's Road to Spirituality. Suddenly, I cannot speak. This is gonna be, and it is a message for the sign of Taurus for the month of April 2025. It is at the moment a very stagnant energy, is what I'm feeling. A little bit of boredom in regards to this energy as well. I felt before coming into this reading. Of course, I called the divine upon this message. It's going to be a general message, as it always is. But it involves, of course, guided messages, divine guided messages, and of course, messages like in regards to other areas or energies. Of course, we are talking about energies. What I felt before coming into this message was the fact that it was some sort of blockage in this situation, maybe in your energy, or a stoppage in regards to maybe finances or movement. Communication in general. I really feel communication it is a priority in regards to your situations. Of course, take whatever resonates, leave the rest. This is not going to resonate with everybody in regards to everything. But yeah, what else? I felt sort of peace and, um, balance, stability in regards to maybe your financial as well. Maybe you're not very worried about your finances at this time. Maybe you are more into love, into emotions. I felt that Pisces season was overflowing with emotions, and of course, Mercury in retrograde was quite something this year, this time. I felt it very, very differently. Of course, it was not heavy at all for me, as I am a Gemini and I go very well with Mercury. Of course, when Mercury is in retrograde, I need to stop and listen and pay attention and go with the flow, of course, all the time. I always go with the flow in this sense. But I didn't feel anything heavy. I mean, in my situation, of course, I'm talking about myself because I cannot talk about anybody else. But as well, I felt the shift in energy. I felt something really, really big that is happening, Taurus, in regards to, all these aspects of Pisces, Aquarius, of course, it was before Capricorn, very interesting in regards to finances, work projects, of course, but as well in regards to grounding oneself. And of course, Gemini's Mercury, rule people are people that are mostly air. So they could be all over the place in their thoughts. Of course, Gemini being an aspect very important for everybody because all the zodiac signs are, and every aspect of this influence, planetary influence, and everything, it's going to reflect in different areas and aspects, and of course houses that we are dealing with for each and every individual. Of course, everybody is going to be different. It's going to be a unique kind of way of being, and put it putting the effort and manifestation. Of course, we are talking about manifestation in the three-dimensional, but a specific manifestation in the fifth dimensional as well. Just a lot of dreams, visions, and premonitions, and a lot of answers happened for me as well in Pisces season. A lot of balancing, a lot of um, approval from the divine as well for those that are really, really into Pisces and they have Pisces in their chart. But specifically in this aspect of astro traveling and third eye, of course, all the upper chakras from the heart chakra, they had a specific activation for me as well in this time. So let's start, of course, with the messages. In general, very good energy. I felt like a lack of communication in regards to something, and as well heaviness in the emotions of somebody, specifically in regards to you, or you in regards to this person, or both of you being intertwined or mirroring, of course, this energy one towards the other. And of course, the divine being very present into this union, a specific union. But there was stagnation, and I felt this very, very strongly. It was something very convincing for me as well. You maybe feel that you're boxed specifically into specific partnership or union or connection. But as well, there is a something that makes you feel stuck or stagnant. I cannot speak for the love of me. But yes, I'm using the Crystal Tarot deck for the beginning of this reading, as I did with the sign of Aries, and I saw the Fool and the Five of Pentacles. I see now at the bottom of the deck. Wheel of Fortune, Chariot, Three of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Empress, Moon, the Fool again. So yes, the messages here are that somebody is like in separation right now from somebody specific. Of course, we have the Empress here, and I saw the Emperor as well coming with the other deck that I'm going to use for the final advice. But yes, the real deal Empress here was hidden for quite some time from somebody, from the understanding of somebody. Of course, somebody needed to have a specific revelation. We are talking about psychic abilities with the moon, not being afraid of the dark, touching the deepest parts of your soul, of your heart, of your mind, of your understanding. Of course, everybody's going to be different in their acknowledgement, in their knowledge, in their understanding of the situation, or even other people, or even themselves. Of course, knowing yourself and knowing the divine, seeing the divine aspects within yourself, it's going to be something that it has been revealed towards you if you're the feminine here, with the moon, the Empress, and the Fool. Of course, we live by faith, not by sight. Those that believe in the divine, that they believe in the invisible, or in an invisible, or in something that we cannot really perceive with our own fleshly eyes, but we perceive through our soul, through our connection within themselves, when we are awakened, or when we are touched in a specific way by what is actually happening around us, even in the invisible plane. But in the three-dimensional, you attract somebody that is a page of wands, somebody that is probably younger than you, feminine energy. Here the masculine can be Aries, Leo, Sag, fire energy. This person, even from the beginning when you met this person, because this could be something recent or not, this could reach from 3, 5 to 10 years. Of course, we have pentacles here. Hmm. Five of Pentacles. You are not with this person. You're kind of feeling the separation, both of you, I believe, but mostly the feminine energy. And the feminine energy knows that the separation is needed. It's something necessary. Of course, you understand this, or you need to understand this. It is going to be going here through a specific process of awakening, alignment, activation, and then process of manifestation, that you, both of you, or you specifically, divine feminines, you are Taurus specifically. Of course, we can be dealing with Libra, we can have Aries as well, dealing with somebody Aries, Leo, Sag, Cancer very specifically, a very psychic and empathic person, somebody that is going very, very much within, is like the touch of a high priestess or high priest is specifically here for me. Mm. This person, it's very inspired by the Empress, this page of wands, or you could be the one that has the beginning of a bright idea or something. You're looking for a specific idea, or you're like an inventor. You want to invent something new, brand new, and maybe bring it to on the market. This is something that it's a dream of yours, or something that you're very inspired to do at this time, or this person that you're dealing with, it's very inspired by you. But this person could be very, very childish or immature in some sort of aspect in regards to manifestation. Maybe if they take specific actions, but then these actions they don't become real. They cannot be manifested, or they are not yet manifested in the three-dimensional. This person could have been, or it is somebody that you had a partnership with, a family situation, maybe marriage, maybe something even on on an understanding that you had together. But I really believe that marriage is involved here, and of course both sides of the family were involved. So but a lot, it could have, it had a lot of potential. Or this person that you're dealing with, they thought that they are with a real empress, and they married that person. But with the Three of Pentacles, yeah, the divine really wanted to work with you in regards to your partnership. So partnership is going to be very, very specific here for the people involved, you or that person or both of you. Seeds have been planted, years given, and a lot of time allowed in this situation. But it's time for you, Empress, to move forward, and you are moving with the Chariot, even if the Sphinxes are stopped here in this deck. Maybe you're called here to do things patiently as well, and just balanced. To look at the good and the bad in the situation and just balance the situation. So Libra is going to be very significant here. A Justice card. Of course, what is just, and it will always be just. The Wheel of Fortune. This is something that is fated, destined. There is something that the divine has meant for you in regards to this situation. And yeah, it's talking about cowardice and abandonment issues, and a lot of problems in regards to this situation. So let's see what other messages we have. I see the King of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, you probably left behind somebody that was a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Again, a Page of Wands and a King of Cups. So now you're connected specifically. I really feel it very much, and I acknowledge it, that you're connected with somebody that is younger than you, not necessarily in age, but in maturity. This person doesn't see themselves even mature. They know that they're not mature enough. A Queen of Swords with the King of Wands. Somebody, this person, the Aries, Leo, Sag, the Page of Wands, this person is kind of looking, or they were stuck and looking towards the past. It was something specific from the past, or a specific past life, when this person was tied specifically with somebody. And somebody maybe that has similar traits to you, person watching, or similar traits to the other person that this person chose. But it's such a great difference, because as they were really, really young when they got in this situation, I feel it very strongly. This person didn't add the experience and the eye, the keen eye, for them to just make it a little bit of a difference in regards to some aspects, or in regards to the specific connection, or going together with this person in relationship, or maybe specific ideas that they had, plans, projects, creative projects or business projects, something like that. But very passionate and very driven. Maybe you, this person, or you, that you started something when you were really, really young as well. It's what I'm seeing or feeling here. The Queen of Wands, Ice Queen, a very reasonable queen, but very, very witty and intelligent, a sapiosexual. But this is as well a jaded, a very hurt person. They wear their heart on their sleeve. So this person was left in some sort of aspect, betrayed, lied to, bamboozled. They were accused. I feel that they were accused. You were being accused because of the specific type of communication, or in the way that you are putting the situations out there, presenting yourself. It is something that maybe scares somebody or, freezes somebody. They see you very determined, cold, or you see this person as determined, cold, very intelligent, very bright, but standing in their in their position, or sitting on their throne, wearing their crown, being reasonable and kind and balanced. This person, this Queen of Swords, seems to be a person that really, really takes in and puts in balance many, many things. They stick with the truth. They're very reasonable, as I said, very correct, very fair, very honest. There is nothing to be lied about or, took in a different kind of way. This person is the real deal. I really feel it very strongly. The High Priestess with the um, Page of Wands. So the High Priestess is, into the shadow a lot. I mean, many, many things were hidden. So they needed to be revealed in the, the light needed to shine upon hidden things, things in the darkness, things that they were like tried, they were presented in a specific way, that they were the correct way, or the, in the real way, in the real aspect of it. But many things were missing from these understandings or projections, or in the way that, situations and people and types of communications and plannings were not really on the face, not really concrete. They were not real in all the aspects of the situation. So it was a lot of, you going deeper within the darkness, within the unknown, in order for you, High Priestess, to be able to understand the truth. And this is like this type of, dreams, revelations, visions, and, a little bit of whatever you feel and you experience while you are sleeping or resting. It is, really, really different from what you really feel and live and experience in the three-dimensional. So this both worlds is like being between worlds as well. It's what I'm feeling for the Queen of Swords and the High Priestess. Ten of Pentacles and Page of Wands. The fact that you, Taurus, are so grounded and stable, and you like, to be busy working, doing things, being active. You like a lot of, material things, beautiful things. You adorn yourself. You're beautiful. You take good care of yourself. You take good care of others because you're very nurturing. And I have friends, Taurus, that they are very nurturing and very hardworking and very beautiful. And for me, earth signs are all very, very deep grounded, stable, very, very much. And I really appreciate and respect that. It is such a great example. But you need it as well in this, in the three-dimensional aspect, to cherish and take good care of your emotions, or your emotional body. Of course, your emotional intelligence needed to be activated, because you suffer very much in regards to, partnership, and of course family, marriage, partnership in this, sense. It's what I'm feeling very strongly in this message, specific for you, Taurus. Queen of Cups now with the Page of Wands. So yeah, you really wanted the love. You really appreciate the love because you're a very loving person as well. This, water aspect of you put you a lot in trouble, and it made you, feel the pain and feel, unsecure, not secure about, your partner. What, in a specific moment, what were you doing there with that person? Why did you choose what you chose? Why did you had this, very rushed maybe emotions? Because I feel something very quick that happened between you and somebody, that, you had a different expectation probably when you were younger, and you took it in a kind of, you know different, wrong kind of way. And you were like supposed to, see different aspects of this person and all this situation, even of your feelings. You feel maybe that maybe your heart, your feelings just tricked you and made you take a wrong turn with a wrong person, or, stop, being stopped and stuck specifically into something that was not meant for you. And this could be, and you not being able to invest in your finances, in your work, in your home, in your family, in other, aspects of your life that you are like into very much before maybe this situation with this person or this specific situation. The Queen of Pentacles, you're very nurturing. Maybe you're a mother. The Queen of Swords with the Queen of Pentacles. Very two important aspects of yourself, because if the love part didn't actually work for you, of course, if this resonates with you, you needed to take care and put, an emphasis on other aspects of your, maybe, schooling yourself, going to school, learning, doing some, courses in a school specifically, or something that was, attracted to you and you really wanted to do something. But because, situations and relationships and partnerships and in the home, environment, they didn't work for you, you needed to just take your minds, elsewhere, and just, find yourself hobbies on, as I said, projects that could actually bring you something that could, lift you up and help you in your, in this process of, moving forward, taking care of yourself, discovering the truth, discovering yourself more and more, and the divine more and more, and the other person more and more, and accepting the truth and the situation. Page of Cups. Yeah, you know that what you received in the past was very childlike, immature in this sort of energy. You expected so less, so you received like less. It's something like that. I don't know how to express it else. It's like something inside of you didn't really trust it. You probably didn't really trust it in your emotions at that time, because you had different aspects of yourself and everything that was happening in your life, and then you had to put yourself out there in different aspects, in different areas, in different situations. And this, in order for you to develop something really healthy and have the time required for you to open your eyes and just, maybe spend more time with a specific person or in another specific situation, for you to be able to understand more and to be more there for yourself first of all, and then for that person in that situation. Five of Swords and Queen of Swords. You had to deal with somebody that was really very much conflicted within themselves, and they maybe conflicted mentally. Maybe they had mental issues, something specific. Maybe it resonates, maybe it doesn't resonate. Of course, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius aspect. Somebody that was like driving themselves crazy, and they were like trying to drive you insane or crazy. Somebody that was maybe love bombing you with words in the beginning, that I'm this, I'm that, I have this, I have that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But this person was not really stable, probably in their maturity, as I said, very mature. And you felt, and you still feel it from this, situation or this person, that yeah, this person had problems, and you didn't see those problems, or maybe you saw some red flags but you didn't want it to accept them, something like that. I was just talking before coming into this message with a friend. I had coffee, and she was telling me the same thing, um, that she saw some red flags from her ex partner, and but she didn't took them seriously. She didn't understand. And now when she looks back, she understands this very very clearly. But she said, I don't know what I was thinking back then. I don't know why I took the things that are in this way with this person. Why did I really hope that, things are going to develop and become, something else? Time flies when you have fun. I have a bunch. I have almost 25 minutes. I'm going to allow the same amount of time for all the signs. I'm not going to go overboard, guys, because I want to make it, as simple and really, really quick for everybody. There is no time to waste. Of course, if you reach to this message, maybe there is something for you specifically. But I really, really believe, Taurus, that um, you have a lot within yourself, and you should be, kind with yourself, respect yourself, and love yourself, and cherish yourself, and the lessons and the road and everything. And of course, everything that you wish for is wishing back, for you. That's why you have to understand the truth, and you have to be kind to yourself, and you have to be loving towards yourself. And, just give yourself time. Time is going to help you much more. Of course, it depends on everybody and their own situation. And of course, if you're younger, you see things differently. If you're a little bit more mature, not older, but more mature, you're going to experience and, understand things differently. So this is my hope, guys. You waited maybe a long time for somebody specifically that was like a boy, a little boy in their own energy, in this kind of energy. But now I see the King of Cups. And maybe you have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Aries, Leo, Sag in your chart. And these are the two, energies, masculine and feminine energies, that are going to be really, really embodying you in the month of April, which is like taking action, but not very, very like quickly. With the Queen of Swords in the feminine aspect, you're going to think things through. And this is the advice that I have for you guys for the month of April 2025. I hope that this message was, a good message for you. In the love aspect, I believe that you're not still there, but you love very, very much somebody that you connect with. And this somebody else, it's connecting with you, and they love you very, very much. Things were not easy in this area of manifestation in the three-dimensional aspect. I really feel this very strongly. But it's never too late if you have hope for this, and you know that the divine did a specific work within yourself, in this situation, in that person, in the other person as well, because both of you have been touched by the divine specifically here. And there is always a meaning to each situation, each person that we meet in our lives. um, the divine never brings us just da 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 da. We're gonna appear here and we're just gonna drop, and things are happening because it's random. This is not something random that I'm feeling, and you have been waiting for a very long time for somebody that was for you, meant for you, to be there for you, to understand you, to accept you, and love you unconditionally. This is the greatest gift that we can actually receive in regards to love, and in regards to partnership, that friendship, and that openness, and that somebody that is not going to judge you and misjudge you and treat you like a blob, like you're an object or something that it can be, thrown away, took back, twisted, twirled, and thrown in every kind of area and kind of way, and just mistreated, disrespected, and of course, not took very seriously with the greatest importance in our lives. So because we are all important, we are all significant. So we need to understand that you dealt with somebody that didn't took you seriously, that took you for granted, and this is a mistake on their part. All right, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful message. I'm so happy that I was able to deliver these messages for you. Of course, guys, my advice for you as well is to read between lines. Just open your eyes and just open your heart, and just take good care of yourself, guys. Enjoy the month of April, and of course all the year of 2025. I wish you to all the best, and many blessings, peace, love, and light. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.